Hey guys, welcome to the unboxing of the Google Nexus 5. So let's get started without any further ado. So as you can see, this is the box that we all know. There's nothing different here. On the front you see this Google logo at the bottom right and a front shot of the Google Nexus 5. If you can notice, the earpiece is black. I got the black edition. There's nothing on the sides here, just the LG logo, and on the back you've got another back shot of the Nexus 5 and the Nexus logo and some other mambo jumbo, nothing much in particular. And I really like this blue color. I don't know if you guys have any opinion on this, but I don't know if this is holo blue or if this is something different, but this blue is really lively and easy on the eyes. I really like it. Anyway, never mind that. So let's get the outer shell removed and check out what's inside. So yep, we've got this completely white box. I don't know if you guys can see this on camera, but there's a, let me try a few different angles. There's a very light gray Google logo at the bottom right. It's pretty subtle, it's pretty nice, it's a good touch, I feel. So we've got these two tabs at the bottom that we need to get past, so let's get rid of those. Alright, let's take that out, and oh my god, this looks pretty nice. Wow. So let's this, ladies and gentlemen, is the Google Nexus 5. So as you can see, there is nothing on the front. This phone has no hardware keys, it only has software keys, and wow, coming from a Galaxy S3, this neat front is something that I've really been looking forward to. So we have this peculiar earpiece, it looks pretty funky. We have two sensors here. I believe one of them is an ambient light sensor and another one is a proximity sensor, I'm not sure. And we've got the 1.3 megapixel front facing camera right here. So let me flip that. And on the back we have an 8 megapixel camera and a flash. We get this Nexus logo. This time it's horizontal. With all the previous Nexus phones it was kind of like this, but this time it's aligned like this. We also got the LG logo and yeah, the IMEI number and whatnot. The soft touch, wow, this feels much better than I expected. And let's do a small fingerprint test. Yeah, it is picking up smudges a lot, so I'm gonna stop doing that now. And let's check everything else. So we've got the power button. These are made of ceramic, by the way, if you guys don't know. This is the SIM card tray, and these are the volume buttons. We've got the headphone jack here and another microphone, which I assume is for noise cancellation. And by default, the Nexus 5's camera has mono recording while recording videos. I don't know what the deal with that is. It's certainly capable of recording stereo. There's already a modded camera out there which you can flash, I believe. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. So on the left side we've got the volume rocker. On the right we've got the SIM card tray and the power and unlock button. On the bottom we've got the micro USB port and these two grills which look suspiciously like speakers, but both of them are not speakers. It still looks pretty good. One of them is a speaker and another one is the microphone, so it's concealed pretty well. This looks pretty nice. I don't know if you guys can make it out, but the side rim looks almost metallic. I really like how it feels. Anyway, that's enough about the device. Let's move on to what else is inside the box. Yep, what do we have here? Doesn't look like there's anything in here. Again, that beautiful blue that I really like. Okay, so we've got these two cards. Oh yeah, this is the SIM card removing tool, or whatever you'd like to call that. Basically, this small pin, I don't know if you guys can make it out, that small pin goes in this hole. So the tray just pops out and you need to pull it out, and you need to insert your SIM card and push it back in. So yeah, we've got that there, and we've got kind of a quick start guide for the Nexus 5. Turn on, press and hold the power button for a few seconds. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, the back cover's got NFC. That's pretty cool. It's always been there since the Galaxy Nexus, and it I believe will continue to stay there for all the Nexus phones and majority of the phones. Yeah, fully charge the battery from a power outlet. Anyway, now that that's done, we've got the Nexus 5 safety and warranty. This is only in English. No issues with me. Normally, when we buy many other products, we see that information. No, I believe that's the safety. We see them in multiple languages, repeated across. So, what else do we have? Yeah, I think what we have here is a basic LG headset with the Google Nexus 4, at least here in India. Sorry about that. Yeah, so at least here in India with the Nexus 4, the headphones were not bundled. So it looks like they're bundling basic LG headphones now. These should be decent. I'm not expecting much quality from them, but yeah, it's great that they've included in the box. So yeah, we're all good to go if we do prefer. And now what else do we have? We've got the wall charger. Nothing special here. This is just the charger without the cable, and I don't know if you can see. You probably can. So yeah, there you go. That's the USB port. This goes into the wall socket, and this doubles up as a USB cable and the charging cable. This goes, the USB plug here goes into the USB port there, and the other end is a micro USB port which goes in the Nexus 5. Yep. Nice. The cable on the Galaxy S3 was pretty glossy. This one, true to the phone's design, is kind of matte. I like that. Okay, moving on. Let's turn on the device. Wow, this feels pretty nice to hold in the hand. It feels really light, but it feels solid as well. I've got absolutely no complaints about the quality. The buttons are pretty good. Looks like I don't have that dreaded. Oh, looks like something is shaking. When I sorry about that. When I shake the phone, I do hear a little bit of a rattle, but it's nothing too big. No complaints there. So let's turn on this phone. So yeah, there you see the Google logo. It's booting up. Yep. I've got that little vibration. Yeah. So there, I don't know if you guys can see this. We've got the typical Google setup screen. So I'm going to do the setup and get back in a few minutes. Okay guys, so I've turned on the device and set up my Google account. So this is Android KitKat 4.4. The first thing that you're going to notice is the transparent status bar and the navigation bar with a slight gradient there to keep visibility on. The second thing is the holo blue is replaced by white. All the status bar icons are now white, and if you notice, even the overscroll effect on the launcher is also white. It used to be black until Android 4.3 Jelly Bean. So the next immediate thing that's apparent is the icons are really huge compared to Jelly Bean. In Nexus 4, for example, in the app drawer, there used to be 5 columns of apps. Now there are only 4. The icons are about 50% larger. The other thing you notice in the app drawer is that the widgets are no longer accessible in the app drawer. It's only for apps. The widgets and wallpapers can all be set by long pressing the home screen like so. So let's go ahead and change the wallpaper. Let's take a look at the widgets first. So yeah, there you go. So all the widgets are accessible from here. Let's go ahead for now and place the analog clock somewhere on the home screen like that. Yeah. Now let's change the wallpaper too. Now the wallpaper picker is really an improvement from last time. We now have a full screen preview of how the wallpaper looks like before we actually set it. So these are all the bundled wallpapers. Most of them are abstract art, and we have a few photographs which showcase the magnificent full HD display on the Nexus 5, and of course we have the sunbeam wallpaper. I'm going to go ahead and set this as the wallpaper, as the 1080p display really shines on this wallpaper. You can see all the detail, all the jagged edges of the mountains pretty clearly without any artifacts. So this is 1080p. The next big thing in KitKat is the launcher itself. This launcher is called the Google Experience Launcher. The one special thing about it is it's dedicated the home screen, leftmost screen to Google Now. So Google Now is always accessible. Of course, you could always access Google Now by swiping up from the navigation bar, but this is a nice touch. It's akin to Blink feed, for example, on the HTC Sense 5. And of course, okay Google, what's the weather today?
Today's forecast for Hyderabad is 30 degrees with a thunderstorm.
I don't know if you guys could hear that. Yeah, so Google, wherever you are in the launcher, Google responds to okay Google. But of course, don't get this confused with the Moto X's always on capability. You can do the same thing while the device is switched off. Okay Google. So yeah, no go there. So this only works on the home screen, not while any app is on. But still, it's kind of a nice touch. Next up is the performance. Let's open up a few apps. We've got the dialer, we've got the Hangouts app, we've got the camera. Let's open Chrome. As you can see, there's absolutely no lag. The response from the device is near instantaneous. I'd say instantaneous. I've gone ahead and installed Riptide GP2. Let's turn that on too, just for kicks. Let that load. Yeah, go back home. As you can see, when I pressed home, there was absolutely no lag, and I can switch between the apps pretty quickly. There's absolutely no lag whatsoever. This feels amazing. Now the next thing that I'd like to do in this video before we call it a day is check for hardware defects and see how many of them we've managed to get. So the most common thing people have been reporting is the power button rattle. That is, this power button tends to be pretty loose. So I don't know if you guys can see this. The power button is pretty loose, and it kind of makes a noise. It's not really bothering me too much, especially since I've ordered a Spigen Neo Hybrid case. It's going to be here in about a week, I assume, and once we snap a case on, this shouldn't be an issue at all. So yeah, I do have the power button rattle. This seems to be the most common issue with the Nexus 5s. Of course, one other thing you guys should notice is that even if there is no power button rattle, like for example when you hold the buttons and when you shake the phone, you can still hear a bit of a rattle, but do note that that's because of the optically stabilized camera. That basically means the camera is not really fixed to the body. It kind of needs to move around for OIS to work, and that rattle is fairly normal, nothing to be worried about. So the next thing is vibrator. Apparently many people are having problems with the phone's vibration, where sometimes the vibration is too low or it's too loud, and especially people have described it as a chirping noise. Let's go ahead and check that out. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Let me bring it closer to the microphone. So the vibration is pretty normal, nothing out of the ordinary. This does feel a little deeper than what I'm used to on the Galaxy S3, but there's nothing abnormal here. Abnormal, just to make sure that you guys know what I'm talking about, the chirping noises that I mentioned are something like this. Let's go ahead and do a quick search. So essentially the vibration is fine, there's nothing wrong with the vibrator. The next issue is the digitizer being visible. That is, we can make out the actual grid of the screen when we look closely. I'm still not sure whether I have this issue or not. When I open some kind of a wide screen, for example Google Now, and when I look at it closely, I really tried, but I don't think we can see that on camera. I can actually make out a horizontal matrix, a horizontal grid sorts of thing. It's not bothering me really, but it's definitely noticeable. It's not something that you have to look for really closely to find. It's going to pop up in some wide screens to remind you that it's there. Still, I've got no issues, and I think it's normal. I'm not really sure. I'd say, yeah, that I do have the digitizer issue, and of course I have checked for dead pixels. There are many apps to do that, and what I've done is simply, again, we are going back to this hardware test application. Let's click monitor color, normal mode. I've checked with all the colors. I've actually used even a magnifying glass. I haven't found any dead pixels or stuck pixels, so that's pretty nice. And the last thing is a tricky one to find out, especially at least on camera. That is the screen bleeding issue. What we need for that is set the phone to highest brightness, turn off all the lights, and open a black screen. So I don't know if you guys can see that, but I do have a little bit of screen bleeding here on the top edges and near the volume button. It's nothing groundbreaking. It's not as bad as some others I've seen, so I think I'm going to give this a thumbs up. I do have this issue, but I guess this is normal. So that's about it, guys. So this concludes the unboxing and first look of the Google Nexus 5. If you'd like me to answer any more questions, feel free to let me know and I'll try to get back to you. Okay guys, so I forgot to mention one last thing. This is my first YouTube video, my first unboxing, so I really appreciate if you guys have any feedback regarding anything at all. And this entire thing was filmed by using a Galaxy S3. Yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. Thank you.